Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack stories you think you know, but maybe discover there's way more going on underneath. Today, we're really plunging into one of the big ones. It's compelling, dramatic, deeply human, the story of Joseph and the coat of many colors. So our source for this deep dive, it's a classic excerpt. It really lets us explore these complex family dynamics, the big turning points. We're going to pull out those threads, that make this story stick around, look at the choices, the fallout. Think of it as a shortcut to understanding a foundational story, but hopefully with some surprising bits too.
Exactly, and that's what we want to do for you. It's not just like running through the plot points again. We're digging for those crucial nuggets of insight from this really powerful account. Looking past the surface, trying to get at the motivations, why did they do what they did, and the consequences, the big themes, because this is way more than just some old story.
Right.
It's like a window into human behavior that, well, it still rings true today, doesn't it? Makes you ask, why do people act like that?
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's set the scene for all the drama that's about to unfold. We've got Joseph, young guy, just 17. And he's already kind of at odds with the family. He's out in Canaan tending the flock. Not alone, though. He's with his half-brothers, the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah. And bam, right away, there's friction. Correct. Joseph brings back this evil report about his brothers to their dad.
Yeah, that evil report is definitely a spark. But what's really interesting is how Jacob, or Israel, same guy, he sort of, maybe unintentionally, just throws fuel on that fire. He shows this really blatant favoritism towards Joseph. Why? Because he was the son of his old age.
Right.
And it wasn't just a feeling he kept quiet. He makes it physical, tangible, with that gift, the coat of many colors.
The famous coat.
Exactly. And that wasn't just like a nice gesture. It was a public statement. It basically screamed, this one's special, which in that kind of family structure, that patriarchal society, well, it pretty much guaranteed conflict, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You can almost feel it, can't you? The tension just jumps off the page. And the brothers' reaction to this coat, this special treatment, it's visceral. It says when they saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him. That last bit, could not speak peaceably unto him. Wow. That really paints a picture, doesn't it? It's not just being annoyed.
No, it's deep. It's festering.
Yeah, a total breakdown in just basic communication. And it sets the stage for, well, everything that comes next. So, as if the coat wasn't bad enough, Joseph then, almost like he can't help himself, he just adds insult to injury. Yeah. He basically confirms their worst fears, but this time with something less tangible, but maybe even more provocative, his dreams.
Right, the dreams.
The first one he tells them, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright, and behold, your sheaves stood round about and made obeisance to my sheaf. You can just imagine the brothers hearing that.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How Joseph, maybe it's just youthful cluelessness, maybe a bit of arrogance, who knows, but he just blurts these things out.
Yeah.
Because the brothers, their interpretation was instant and hostile. They shot right back. Shalt thou indeed reign over us, or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? They got the message loud and clear.
Oh, yeah.
And the text makes a point of saying this dream, plus Joseph's words, it just amplified their hatred yet the more, pushed them further down that road.
And he doesn't stop there. Dream number 2 is even bigger.
More grandiose, yeah.
The sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me.
Yeah.
And this one, he tells not just the brothers, but his dad too. Imagine that family chat.
And Jacob's reaction here is pretty striking. He doesn't just jump on the envy train like the brothers.
No, he doesn't.
He actually rebuked him, questions him. Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to the earth? It feels kind of practical, almost skeptical.
You're like, hold on a minute, son.
Exactly. But here's the nuance, right? While the brothers envied him, the father, he observed the saying. What do you think that means? Observe the saying. Was he actually considering it? Like maybe there's something to this, or just, filing it away?
That's a great point. It is a crucial difference. It suggests he is thinking about it, mulling it over, even if he's telling Joseph off. So, okay, you've got all this tension just simmering. And then Jacob sends Joseph out from Hebron to Shechem. The mission seems simple. Just a dad wanting to know how his other sons in the flocks are doing.
A perfectly normal request.
But this act of concern and Joseph just doing what he's told, it leads him straight into the path of all that resentment.
Right. So Joseph goes to Shechem, does his duty, but then he's sort of wandering in the field. It almost feels fated, doesn't it?
Yeah, like he's being led somewhere.
And this certain man finds him asks what he's doing, and points him towards Dothan. Tells him, "They are departed hence, for I heard them say, 'Let us go to Dothan.'" And this little redirection, it sends Joseph straight to his angry brothers. Makes you think about those small moments, those chance encounters that change everything.
It really does. And here it gets properly chilling.
Oh.
And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. They see him coming. Maybe they recognize the coat.
That coat again.
Yeah. And instantly the plan is murder. Their words are just cold. "Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him."
And cast him into some pit, and we will say, "Some evil beast hath devoured him."
And we shall see what will become of his dreams. It's brutal. They want to kill him in his dreams, just erase him.
Horrifying.
But then, thankfully, Reuben steps in. He hears this murder plot.
The voice of, well, slightly less evil.
Maybe. He says, "Let us not kill him." He suggests throwing him in a pit out in the wilderness instead. Now, his plan, the text says, was actually to sneak back later and rescue Joseph, take him back to Jacob.
Right, so he prevents the immediate murder, but it's still pretty awful, casting him into a pit.
It's a temporary reprieve, maybe, but still a terrible act.
And they don't hang about, do they? Joseph arrives, and boom, they strip Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him.
Taking away that symbol.
It's such a symbolic act, yeah. They're stripping away his favored status right there. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it.
Just abandon him.
Yeah.
In an empty pit. The terror.
Unimaginable.
And then, this part always gets me. After doing that, throwing their brother in a hole to potentially die.
Yeah.
What do they do next?
They sat down to eat bread.
They have lunch. The callousness is just staggering. It says so much about how detached they've become.
Completely. And while they're eating, they look up and see a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead.
Right, merchants with camels carrying spices and stuff down to Egypt.
And suddenly there's a new plan brewing. Or maybe a modification to the old one.
Yeah, another terrible idea.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it, how quickly people can justify awful things. It's Judah this time. He steps up with a sort of pragmatic, self-serving alternative.
Not exactly noble.
Far from it. He says, basically, what's the point of killing him and hiding the body? We don't profit from that.
Yeah.
Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh.
Wow. So it's like, let's not get our hands directly dirty, and maybe make some money too.
Yeah.
Twisted logic.
Totally twisted. It's like this awful mix of greed and avoiding direct blame. And the text says, his brethren were content.
They all agreed. Chilling.
A really chilling moment of consensus on cruelty rationalized away.
And that seals it. Then they're passed by Midianites merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit.
Pulled him out only two.
And sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph into Egypt. Sold. By his own brothers. Into slavery. What a turn.
A complete reversal, and the consequences just keep rolling.
Oh, yeah. What happens next is just devastating. Reuben, remember his plan to rescue Joseph?
Right. He comes back to the pit.
Comes back, looks in, and Joseph's gone. His plan is ruined. He apparently rent his clothes, just despairing. The child is not, and whither shall I go? He's lost, and now he's tangled up in this whole mess.
And the other brothers, they need a story. They need to cover their tracks, so they cook up this elaborate deception.
The coat again.
Always the coat. They take Joseph's coat, kill a kid of the goats, and dip the coat in the blood. Then, just cold as anything, they send this bloody coat back to their father Jacob with this faux innocent question. This have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no.
It's so calculated. Designed to trick him, obviously.
Yeah.
But also just to twist the knife emotionally.
Absolutely. Maximum damage, zero blame for them. The premeditation is just what?
And Jacob's reaction is exactly what they wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Immediate, total devastation.
Heartbreak.
He recognizes the coat instantly. It is my son's coat. An evil beast hath devoured him. Joseph is, without doubt, rent in pieces. He buys their story. Hook, line, and sinker.
And the source really emphasizes his grief. It wasn't just a moment of sadness. Jacob tore his clothes, put on sackcloth.
Mourned for many days.
Yeah. And when his other kids tried to comfort him, he refused to be comforted. He says, for I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning.
It's just this deep, deep, inconsolable pain. It shows the ripples, doesn't it? The lasting scars of what they did.
Definitely. The profound, far-reaching consequences of that betrayal just echo down the years for him.
So while Jacob is mourning, Joseph's new reality begins. The Midianites who bought him, they sell him again. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's and captain of the guard, from favorite son to a slave in Egypt, just like that.
So as we sort of wrap up this part of the deep dive, what are the big takeaways here? We've really seen the destructive power of favoritism, haven't we? And that raw jealousy it breeds.
Definitely.
And the dreams, that complex mix of like ambition and maybe destiny, and how they fueled the conflict.
Just the sheer consequences of family betrayal, how deep those cuts go.
Right. It's a really stark look at the choices people make and how those choices impact everyone, not just the immediate victim, but the whole family for years to come.
It really is, and it makes you think about that intricate web, how everything connects, every action, every reaction, it just sets up the next thing. A powerful reminder, I think, that even small things, small decisions can start this huge cascade of events. We still see that playing out today, don't we?
All the time.
So here's something to maybe chew on as you reflect on all this. What did this really traumatic start to Joseph's adult life tell you about the utterly unexpected paths life can take, especially when things feel impossible, when other people's actions seem to dictate everything? And maybe think about how these kinds of beginnings, betrayal, loss, injustice, how might they shape someone? What does it say about resilience, or maybe fate, or even the possibility of redemption way down the line?